Okay, Thor. I'm going to try and use the coil winding machine. I've mounted it down, so you have to mount it down. What's really good about this is that you can adjust in the back. There's a screw. You can adjust the resistance. And for me, that's the whole key, so that you can stop in mid wind to excuse me, either apply some resin or tape or whatever. And so I've built this little rig right here. Um, and I'm going to try and do it. I'm not going to film it. I'll maybe film it after I get started, because I mean no one wants to see the actual setup. So let me pause this. All right, so I've got it set up, and I don't know if that's good camera angle. Let me put it over here so you can actually see it working. And what I need to do is get a glove on so that I can hold this. And see, what's really good about it is I can stop, and there's enough tension on here and tension on the actual coil. And then basically, because I like to go from left to right clockwise, so that it goes like this. So that means I need to go backwards on this, or I can start from right to left and go in the opposite direction, which I'll probably do, because doing it like this, doing it counterclockwise is a little rough. But you have these rubber grommets and this screw here. And I just did it kind of quick just to kind of show you. I think it's going to work great. I haven't, you know, I'm not sure if I'm even going to finish winding this coil. And what I can do is just subtract whatever the number is from, 99,999. And it will give me the winding. But let me continue on with this and see what happens. Ciao. All right, so I just finished winding this coil. And I can tell you right now that yes, I'm not going to go backwards like this. I'm going to go for it's so much easier to um, wind it in this direction and then guide it back and forth. It just makes more sense. Going backwards like that, you're kind of out of control. So that's one tip, winding it backwards. I'm probably going to set it up in such a way where I have a lot more slack between the actual roll of wire and the machine itself. So I'll probably do it the length of my workbench, which is about 6 to 8 feet. I think it's 6 feet long. Yeah, 6 feet long. So I'll have to take all my stuff off of here because I want to start winding these guys. I want to start winding these puppies, and I want to be able to take my time. So building the jig to hold, that's not going to be an issue. And I also noticed that if I go counterclockwise, if I start going fast, the little screw undoes itself, which only makes sense. So let me set up this area here and hopefully start winding the run coil. Ciao. All right, here it is set up. I'm starting to second guess this. I think if I'm going to do this, I'm going to need a bigger crank because I need that's spinning awfully fast. And I don't want it to spin that fast. I have a hole cut out here so I can push the wire through, and I'll probably, oh, you guys can't see it. I have a hole here to push the wire through, and I'll probably put a screw here, but it's really going fast. And I don't know that I can't really change the gearing on this. So I think what I'm going to have to do is make the handle bigger so that I have more torque, more control. Because this thing really gets going fast, and I don't want to go that fast. I'm starting to think maybe I should wind this by hand. But I don't really know how to wind it. It would take well, I don't know. Let me try it. It's just wire. If it doesn't work, but I'm definitely going to increase the reach of this handle so that it's more out here. But yeah, I've got blocks of wood inside there holding this together so that the coil itself can't slip out. Well, hopefully the next time you see this, it'll have wire on it. Okay, I just figured something out. So I needed to take this piece off in order for my larger bar to make it past here. And then I realized that this top piece here was a 1-to-1 ratio. I could actually put the handle right here. I don't have to go down here, which is more like a, more like a, 4-to-1. So yeah, I had to take this off, which I really didn't know what it was, but now I do. And I'll just put the handle on here. I'm still going to make it bigger. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because I know Thor was interested in knowing about this. So that's really good. I can change it from a from like a 4 or 5-to-1 ratio, or maybe even more, to a 1-to-1, which is a lot easier. All right, ciao. All right, I discovered one more thing. So if I want to do it a 1-to-1, I needed to take the what do you call it? The gear that ramps it up or ramps it down. I forget what that's called. I had to take that out, which is no big deal. It slides right out. It's got a set screw back here. And the only thing that'll do is it just won't give me the counter. But I don't really need the counter because I know how much wire I'm going to put on. I'm going to put a lot. I'm going to put just about an entire spool on there. Oops. Sorry about that. Here's the set screw right here, and the gear goes in here, and that gear connects to this guy right here, which is the counter. And again, I don't need, if I want to do a 1-to-1, which is what I want to do because I have much more control, I don't really need the counter unless there's oh, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I'm just going to see if I can get it going. Just wanted to share this so that you can take this thing apart pretty easy. Yeah, let's get winding. All right, one last update before I finish. So I'm going really slow. It is a slow, arduous process. But it's working really nice. You can see Nice straight thing. I know I'm going to get impatient though and start rolling through this thing. But I've got tape set up so that if I want to take a break, I think I need to tighten it up. It kind of slipped a little bit. Not too bad though. I'm just wondering if for each layer I should put some crazy glue on there. I don't know. But it's going to take me quite some time to do this. But the bottom line is, Mr. Thor, it is worth it. For the price I paid for this, and I'm sure you're looking at the same listing, it's definitely worth it, because the one that I built over there, let me see if I can zoom in on it. It's pretty cool, but this is really good because I can mount it anywhere I want. It already has the counter and all that, so it's definitely well worth it, my friend. So go for it. All right, slow going. I'm about the halfway point. I'm going to put a whole pound on here. That should be enough. In talking to Sky Collection, with the new JL94/93 circuit, I need a certain amount of resistance. And actually, I think I need a high amount of resistance or low. I'm not really sure, but I need a good pound of wire on there. And so it's going good. Not as neat as one of his beautiful coils, and this is about a pound of wire. So I'm going to go with that. All right. Hopefully the next time I fire this recorder up, it'll be done. There it goes. It actually didn't take too long, about a half an hour. But it's nice. It's heavy. I don't know what the resistance is yet. But before I even use it, I'm going to resin it. There's the inside of the jig. And there's the... I ended up putting the extension on here. It just worked better. But there it is. Not bad. Not the greatest coil in the world, but hey, it'll do. All right, on the second one. This will be the induction coil. And this is, I think, 21 gauge wire. So hopefully it'll go as smoothly as the other one. I've got this guy drying. I found that if I put space heater on it, it dries much quicker. All right, let's see what happens. So far, so good. For the second one, I've got to figure out a better way to hold the wire. Because, man, my hand is cramped. I seem to be gripping it too tight. But it's not so much the grip, it's the positioning of the wire. It's just doing it by hand or holding it with my hand doesn't seem to be the optimal way. But it's going good. I should be done with this second coil. All right, so there's the second one, the induction coil. Now I just got to put some resin on it, put some terminal blocks on the end there. This one didn't come out as good as the other one. I've got some valleys and peaks, but that's all right. It'll definitely work as an induction coil. So the next plan of attack is making the supports with the bearings for the actual rotor. And I just got the right material in today, so probably tomorrow I'll tackle that. But there's two down. So the bottom line, Thor, you asked, and you said that you had some people that were interested. I think it's worth it. For the price, a little tinkering, some adjustments here and there for different types of coils for your basic, everyday, run-of-the-mill pickup coil or you know, just your basic coils like that, it works freaking great. And so I had to build some weird jigs, but it worked with these guys too. And I think it beats trying to do it by hand. Does it look as good as that? Of course not. Sky's a precision builder. He doesn't play around. He has patience. I do not. Ciao. All right, sorry for the external noise, but here is the JL94 circuit, my maglev, but Sky's coil and his circuit, and it works freaking great. It needs a lot of voltage. I have it at 14.9. I can turn it down, but it needs a lot of voltage to get it started. Again, it doesn't look like it's spinning fast on the video, at least from where I can see. But I can turn it down to 12 volts. And once it's connected, she's flying. So I'm waiting on my coils to dry. I figured let me give this guy a try, because I've never used the JL94/93 circuit. And it's working great on my maglev. It's a little bouncy, but hey, it's working. I smell something burning. I don't think it's the, no, it's not this, it must be outside. Yeah, the circuit's nice and cool. Something's burning. It's not in here though. Anyway, it's flying. And it's charging up the capacitor. Let's see what it's doing. I'll pause this. You're not gonna believe this. I crazy glued my good meter closed, so I've got to dig up an older one. Anyway, I just wanted to. I had promised Sky, or not promised, but I told him that I would fire it up to make sure that it's working good, and it is. And it's definitely charging up. Let me see if I can pull this off. Yeah, you can see there goes the neon lamp. So it's working good. Let me see if I can get another meter. Let me pause it again. Yeah, it's charging it up. This is a cheap meter. Charging it up pretty quick too. So basically, I just wanted to test this circuit out. Again, the JL94. The reason I wanted to test this out, because this is the circuit that I'm going to use for the big window motor. See how much current I can get out. So the next thing I got to do is I have to build a rectifier, a bridge rectifier. I actually have some, but they may be too high voltage, but I'll check it out. Anyway, works great. Got a nice little hum to it, kind of wobbly, but hey, 12.7 volts. Once it gets connected, it's good. I can't believe I crazy glued my meter. Oh well, I gotta buy another one, because I can't use this one all the time. See, that was 162 when I first turned it on. It's already to 284. Cool. Sky, thank you. You're brilliant as always. My maglev works great. It's a little shaky, but the coil works great. And the circuit works great. Ciao. So here's my little maglev. Unfortunately, the coil is too big to fit underneath there, but dropping it on an angle works just fine. So yeah, this circuit needs a certain resistance in the wire. I tried one of my smaller coils and it just didn't, it doesn't work. So it needs a certain amount of resistance. He wrote it down for me. I forgot what it was. But I'll update you guys once I take a look at my notes again. So it's flying and it's still charging up. We're at 4, what are we at? Oh, and I fixed my glued meter. I'm going to get another one though. So yeah, so it's working good. So that's the small maglev on an angle. Everything's nice, circuit's nice and cool. Let me see if I can get a reading on this. 2,000 RPMs. Not very fast, but it's all right. Again, it was just a test. I just wanted to show this circuit working. JL94. Ciao.